I'm Steve Lascalzo, and this is The Way. Thank you for joining us for This is The Way podcast's Skeleton Crew Season 1, Episode 6 Review Podcast. Episode 6 was another great episode written by Myung-Jo Wesner. I'm really enjoying the journey that these kids are going on, and I like that the things I thought needed to be addressed early in the season are being addressed. Fern's bossiness gets called out. It's not the end of the world for the core four, but it does give them something to deal with. It's a growth moment for them. It doesn't have to be a huge central plot point. It's just there. And I like that the kids are learning to work together and that they're taking risks together and that they're learning about themselves. That's kind of what I feel like Star Wars should be, like where the sweet spot is. It doesn't all have to be that. I do have friends who are saying, you know, I'm enjoying The Acolyte more than I'm enjoying Skeleton Crew because it's just too kiddie. But then I watched The Acolyte and I'm like, what are you seeing that's so adult in these things? It's childish writing. But to each their own. Everybody has their own opinions about Star Wars. The thing is no one hates Skeleton Crew. Nobody I know says Skeleton Crew is the worst show on TV. So that tells me something. Because a lot of my friends do think The Acolyte was a terrible, terrible show. From the acting to the writing to the set pieces to the plot. Though that's the only show right now that has been released in the last year that I have friends saying that I just can't watch Star Wars anymore because of it. Skeleton Crew, not the case. Some people do prefer other Star Wars, but nobody hates it. And the least of all would be the two little girls that I have in my house that have taken really to enjoying Star Wars with me. And so let's get to that interview.
This is the way.
This is the way. This is the way.
Happy New Year!
Yay!
I have two young girls here who got to see their first ball drop in New York's Times Square. What'd you think about that?
Cool. Cool.
What'd you think, Ellie?
Cool.
What'd you think, Amelia?
Cool.
All right. So we started off a new year by watching, in the last few minutes of the old year, the 6th episode of Skeleton Crew.
Yes.
Elizabeth, what do you think about Star Wars now after having watched 6 episodes of Skeleton Crew?
I don't know.
You don't know? Do you like one of the characters more than another character?
Yeah.
Who's your favorite character?
That has the white hair.
The girl that has the white hair, KB.
Mm-hmm.
She's got the special visor. Yeah, she's pretty cool, huh? Amelia, what about you? 6 episodes into Skeleton Crew. There's 2 more to go. What do you think about this show? Does it make you like Star Wars more or less?
It makes me like it more because I know that it's like, it has me, it kind of has me in it. It's something I can relate to, something that I can enjoy because I can understand what they're going through and all that.
We started off, they went down that tunnel and came out, and there was those cute little crab-like thingies. Were they scary or cute?
They were a little scary at the end when they kind of turned
but
into a cannibal.
at first, we thought they were cute, right?
Yeah.
They were cute, and they're a little weird that the crabs were talking, but they were kind of cute. And then it turns out, at the end, Wim
kind of becomes cannibal.
Always is trusting, isn't he? He's always trusting of nature and other things. He just wants to believe the best in people. Fern, she's kind of, I don't know what to say about Fern. She has a lot of great qualities, but she's also kind of bossy. Don't you think?
Yes.
Yeah.
Wim, like, he's got his issues, right? He's kind of trusting all the time, and sometimes he gets himself into trouble. Neel, he's a nice guy. He's cute. He's cuddly. But he's not the... KB, though, seems like she's got the best outlook on things. And she's not fully able, is she? She couldn't do all the things that her friend wanted to do, and that caused a big fight. Do you guys ever, Amelia, do you ever have fights with your friends where you're just not seeing eye to eye and it gets really out of hand?
Yes.
What happens?
I mean, we end up getting into this really, really, really big argument that I really don't like to get into arguments, but then we end up getting into it anyways, and then there's problems.
So that's something that you have seen happen in your own life, and it happened there on the screen.
Yes.
What did it make you feel?
It made me feel relatable because, you know.
Well, relatable isn't a feeling. Did it make you feel sad? Did it make you feel upset? Did it make you feel happy that, Star Wars is making a show that has things that are like in my life?
Happy and sad because, like, yay, I got something to relate to, but also B, because they're fighting, and that's not necessarily the best thing.
Elizabeth, do you ever have fights with people in school about you want to do things your way and they don't want to do it, and then you have a fight?
No, I never have.
You never had that happen?
No, not before.
That sounds a little suspicious.
There's fireworks going off because we're recording just after midnight, right?
Exactly. It's like a few minutes.
So if people hear it on the podcast, that's what's happening.
Yeah.
So at the end, it turns out the big shiny button, we're supposed to press it after all, right?
Yeah.
We were a little nervous. Well, the whole demolition sequence, they were going to blow up the outside of the ship. Well, it turns out it was a special button because it had all that armor on it, so it saved the day. Were you scared when she pushed the button?
I was a little scared, but I knew that they wouldn't make the show if they all died at the end. Well, like, in the 6 episodes. There's supposed to be 8. It would be disappointing if all the kids died at the second to last video or whatever.
When Jod was with the kids, he was a little bit nicer. He still wasn't very trustworthy.
Yeah.
But now that he's back with the other pirates, he's kind of trying to save his own skin, and he's kind of telling everybody, like, hey, we're going to At Attin. Well, here's what I think, and let me tell you, or let me ask you if you think it sounds like it's a good idea. I think he's kind of stuck, and he has to say something to save us, because they were going to throw him out the airlock. So I don't think he really wanted to rat out At Attin to all the other pirates, but he did. Do you think he's going to save the day, or help save the day? Or do you think, nope, Jod is a bad guy? What do you think, Ellie? Is Jod just a bad guy?
I think he is.
You think he is what?
A bad guy.
You think he's a bad guy? What about you, Amelia? Do you think he's a good guy at heart?
Maybe either the 7th or the 8th episode, maybe he's gonna come in, and then when they almost get to At Attin, like maybe they get to At Attin, and they make it, and then they land, and then everything seems okay, and then the pirates start coming in, and then everybody has that big fight like I was talking about a few episodes ago.
I feel like there was some time that happened in between when the pirates went off from the X-Wings and when we saw that scene with Jod. I think the kids are gonna... What do you think? Do you think the kids are gonna beat the pirates to At Attin and that they're gonna defend the planet? Or do you think the kids are gonna get there after the pirates? What do you think? What do you think, Ellie?
I don't really know.
You don't really know? Amelia, what do you think?
I think they're gonna get there before, but just a little bit before, and they won't have any time to rest because, boom, pirates come in. Oh no, we're all dying.
I think those guns that were on the top of the school in episode 4, I think they're probably going to pull those guns out in episode 7 or 8, right? Maybe,
Yeah.
Maybe episode 7 is them getting home, and then episode 8 is them defending it. You think maybe that could be it?
Maybe.
Yeah. Are you excited now? I mean, we have to wait a whole week for episode 7. But do you wish you would have waited and watched them all back to back, or is this kind of exciting waiting week to week?
It's exciting, but I really want to watch it. It's like I'm dying to watch it. Please.
You know, in the old days, we had to wait in between every episode. This is kind of how it used to be. You don't like it? You'd rather watch them all back to back?
I would like to watch them, but at the same time, I like doing this because it leads me to look forward to something, but I don't always like to do that because I really want to watch it so bad.
Well, we'll have to wait. Sorry. Episode 7 next week. Thanks for joining me, guys.
Welcome.
And Happy New Year!
Yay!
I'm glad I gave you something to look forward to.
I will say that my own Star Wars enjoyment has increased because I have somebody to watch Star Wars with. And as long as they're enjoying it, I'm going to keep doing podcasts with them because, hey, it's the only way that I can pass on my love for Star Wars to the next generation is if I involve them and show them that their opinions matter to me. I hope you will send in your thoughts to us. I know some of you just like to listen, and that's fine, but if you have a theory or an idea about the show, please let us know. Email thisisthewaypodcast@gmail.com or check out Linktree for all of our different handles, at This Is The Way Pod on Instagram and Facebook and X, formerly Twitter, linktr.ee/This Is The Way Pod. Thank you for joining us for Season 1, Episode 6 of Skeleton Crew's review podcast on This Is The Way podcast. I'm your host, Steve Lascazzo, and this is the way. May the Force be with you, always.